name is Tomas Bolivar, and I come from the western suburbs of Chicago, the suburbs called Villa Park. The ISU Pride organization is one of the oldest collegiate organizations in the U.S. It's been around since about 1979. It used to be called the Gay People's Alliance, and then throughout the years its name changed until we got stuck with Pride, which is where we're at now.
My name is Xavier J. Grady, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I got involved with ISU Pride my sophomore year. It's a great organization that provides education for the LGBT community and their allies.
ISU Pride hosts a variety of events throughout the year. Our biggest one is our drag show, the charity drag show, and the proceeds from it go to an LGBT-based organization in the Bloomington-Normal community. This past year we just donated to two organizations, which were PFLAG Bloomington-Normal, which stands for the Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. We also donated to the LGBT Queer Studies and Services Institute, which is an office here on campus that's just starting to get its feet down. I perform in the drag show every year. It's my one time a year where I can dress up in drag and just be fun. But my sophomore year, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make this year even better. And I just remember going out there and it was the best experience of my life because I lost myself to the song, and I was just dancing and interacting with people, and people were going crazy, and people just loved it, and I loved it, and it was probably one of the best experiences I ever had being involved with ISU Pride. We give away Gay Fine by Me t-shirts, and it's a t-shirt campaign that says Gay Fine by Me on it, and we give out about 1,000 of them on the quad. And that's in preparation for the National Coming Out Day, which is October 11th. And we ask everybody who gets a t-shirt to wear that shirt on National Coming Out Day, so to show that ISU is a supportive campus for LGBT people.
We celebrate National Coming Out Day and we table the quad and we have our big rainbow door, and on that specific day we chain the door. And I remember actually last year the door was a little rugged, and we know that it needed to be fixed, and the wind started to blow and the door started to fall, and I think if it wasn't for me and another friend catching the door, our friend would have been seriously injured. So I think just going through the motions that ISU Pride brings, the fallen door, or the door being stranded in the middle of the quad when everyone else has gone to class and you have to go and run and carry it across the quad. I think the fun that it brings and the family that it brings and the bonds that it brings, that it's something that you will never ever forget.
The cultural dinner, it's through university housing. It's an event that is open to anybody who wants to come. You have to buy a ticket for it. A lot of students go to those because they usually try to get big names. The BD Wong event was really cool because he came and he talked about his experience being an out LGBT member of the theater community. And he just talked about his experience on how being Asian and being LGBT both prohibited him from moving forward in the theater world, and how he had to find different outlets and different places for him to fit in. And then the Shelley Wright event, she came and she talked about her experience coming out as a country star. She was a really big country star. She pretty much got exiled from the country scene. They just started slowly weaning her out of the stations, and they stopped playing her songs, and places stopped inviting her to come sing, and it was really hard for her, but she knew that was part of the cost of coming out. She was very inspirational and very hopeful, and it was a really awesome event. The stage reading of 8 was produced by the Prairie Pride Coalition, which is a community group here in Bloomington-Normal. They got the rights to do the stage reading, and they organized with the School of Theater, and they had some pretty big names in there. There was the first LGBT elected official in the justice system. He played the judge. And then they had a lot of School of Theater people, and they had a lot of people from the community play different roles. And it was a one-night event. And the theater, which seats about 500 people, sold out, which never happens for any of the School of Theater productions. So for it to sell out for a stage reading of an LGBT-based play is amazing. There was people that got turned away with how many people showed up. And it was a really awesome event because gay marriage, same-sex marriage is a really hot topic right now in the political scene. And to have a play that deals specifically with that issue here at ISU, and to have that much interest in it, shows it's a big issue on people's minds. ISU climate and the campus has always been very welcoming, at least in my experience. I've never felt threatened or unincluded, or I never felt unsafe being here. I think one example of that is my sophomore year. I was walking around campus with my boyfriend, and we were holding hands, and it was a Friday night, and college kids are doing what college kids are doing. So I was kind of on edge, and I was like, this is kind of scary. Like, I don't want to walk around campus with my boyfriend holding his hand, but I did anyway. And we were coming up to Manchester Hewitt, and we were walking up there, and we're still holding hands, and these guys turned to us, and they were some like muscly guys, like there was these pretty big guys, and I was just like, oh boy. And they turn to us and they look at us, and one of them's like, are you guys holding hands? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, that's really cool, like I'm so happy you guys can do that, like that makes me really happy that you guys can walk around campus and hold hands, like I'm really proud of you guys, blah blah blah. And I was just like, oh, cool, thanks man. And if that goes to show anything, is that ISU's campus has really evolved, and it's really changed, and it's really made me feel like I can be myself here without anybody really telling me anything.
The climate for gay and transgender students at Illinois State University is quite positive in comparison to a lot of campuses. But students still face serious issues that threaten their ability to complete their college degrees. The LGBT Student Support Fund was established to help students who are facing issues related to their family support and who are struggling to succeed in college. What we've done is essentially come together as a second family to make sure that these students have success. It's important to recognize that while the environment for queer college students is improving, there are still students facing abandonment, stress, and significant financial hardship because of their orientation. The fund also supports education and leadership opportunities. It's important for us to remember that students who attend a university that cares about creating a safe environment for both straight and gay students helps this generation of students expand their viewpoints. Universities that are focused on these diversity issues are the engines of social change among young people. A gift to the LGBT Student Support Fund helps make sure that the leaders of tomorrow graduate college today.